and welcome to my channel. My name is Alice and today I'm going to show you the sketchbook that I just completed. I completed it entirely during my recent trip to Florida and I'm so excited to show you this sketchbook. So this sketchbook is a cute little mini sketchbook and I actually made it myself. I had made this little leather cover just to use up some scraps and I didn't feel like it came out well, like good enough quality for me to sell it. So I decided to turn it into my own little sketchbook and it's leather bound. It has these little beads and then just like a little orange elastic with a cute little bead on it. So that is what the sketchbook is, in case anyone's wondering where I got it from. I made it myself and it's a mix of watercolor paper and colored pastel paper. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like inside, and it has this little I don't know, iridescent kind of paper on the inside and then some fabric here. This was one of the things that I didn't like how it turned out. There was a lot of issues with the inside page, so that's one of the reasons that I used it, but it was great because I love making my own sketchbooks. It's really fun. The sketchbook has 24 pages, so 48 front and back, and I did fill out both front and back of the pages. It's part scrapbook and part sketchbook, and it was all completed over about a week when I was in Florida, which was just about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this is the first page. I did a little collage. I always like to start my pages with something that establishes where I am. So this says Florida 2022. And it has a little Polaroid of my ticket because it's all digital tickets now, so I couldn't stick in the actual ticket. So I printed out a Polaroid instead, which I thought worked really well. I also stuck in some cute little stickers that I brought with me that I thought were super sunny and Florida-like, and made this cute little collage and drew some little gold stars around it. Moving on to the next page, these were sketches that I did in the airport / on the plane. This was inspired by the line, I think it says diamonds in my eyes, and it's from the song Bejeweled by Taylor Swift, because there's always going to be some Taylor Swift references in my art. Always. If you don't know me, that's going to be there. And then this was inspired by the idea of the moon phases, and then there's water in front of it and clouds, and I think it came out super cute. I just used tritones and white gel pen for these. Then over here, we start with some really fun collage. So I was going there for a bachelorette party for the first half of the week. And for the second half of the week, I got to see my best friend, Momo. And this was the first part of the week. So it was for my friend Amanda's bachelorette. She made these cute little chapsticks that had these stickers on that said Bride Squad. So I took the sticker off the chapstick and stuck it in here. And I wrote "Till Death Do Us Part." And I drew a little skull because the whole thing was "Till Death Do Us Party" themed and had all of these skulls and was kind of goth themed because that's just kind of Mandy's vibe. This was a little, what are they called, wristband from the club that we went to, and then some little Polaroids that I stuck in from the night that we went out. I wrote Daytona, Florida, because that's where this was in Daytona. And then this was a sketch inspired by this bartender that we saw when we went out. She had awesome eye makeup and it's stuck in my head, so I wanted to kind of recreate it. And it was silver, and I don't know if you can see, but I used silver gel pen and smudged it out for the part of the eyeshadow that was metallic, and I think it came out really cool. So then I started doing a bunch of sketches of girls in swimsuits because we were by the water, and I just love the water and the warmth and stuff like that. So super inspired me, and I got to practice some anatomy, kind of trying to figure out shoulders, and I feel like I spend my life trying to learn anatomy and it's always really hard, but I used a rainbow pencil for these and I think it came out really cool. Just kind of trying some stylized things, but also trying to keep the anatomy looking semi-real. And then over here was a little pool sketch. So this was the pool that was at the Airbnb that we stayed at, minus all the floaties. There were probably 5 giant floaties in here at any one time, and there were probably 10 total. But when I was in there, the sun was just shining through the windows and glancing off the water, and I was trying to capture that. I don't know how good of a job that I did because I got kind of bored towards the end, but I think it came out cute. Moving on. I have a little sketch that I did at the beach. I started it at the beach. I think I finished it after. Don't really remember, honestly. But just a loose little sketch trying to get like the light on the water and just trying to depict a little bit of the area that we were in. And then I put some little Polaroids over on the left of us at the beach and us at the pool. We both brought the same swimsuit, so we had to take a photo in our matching swimsuits. Over on this page was kind of when we moved from the bachelorette party to seeing my best friend Momo. If you don't know who Momo is, she's another artist here on YouTube. Her username is Monique Renee Art. You should definitely check her out. I'll link her in the description, as well as my friend Mandy, who runs a company called Bulletproof Basics, where she like sells her own clothes that she makes, and she has all of these really cool designs, and it's really awesome. So I'll link both of those in the description box if you want to check them out. But this was where I moved to seeing Momo. These were some little flowers that I found on the floor the last day in Daytona. This is a little Polaroid that was printed from a screenshot of a video that I took when we first saw each other. And then this was the first sketch that I drew over at Momo's, which is a little kind of butterfly fairy. She has butterfly wings as her eyelashes, which I think is like super, super cute. Turning over, this is a page, 2 pages in which I call the Butterflies Sitting on Things series of 2 pages. And it's a butterfly sitting on a crystal and a butterfly sitting on a mushroom, and they are both done with watercolor pencil. I think this little spread came out really cute. Then over here we have another painting that I did outside in life. This was at the beach in St. Pete, and I think it came out so cute. There was a little drip right here, but that's fine. I was trying to capture this little tent that people had set up, and then the water behind it. It was kind of hard to see what I was doing, but I think it came out pretty cute. I used gouache for this. Over here is a sketch that I did when we were at like waiting for food at a restaurant. It's just supposed to be Jinx. It's not very good, to be completely honest. It's probably one of the weaker sketches in here, but that's okay. Then over here is a little tarot spread. So we went to a full moon ritual because Momo is a witch. And so we went to a full moon ritual and it was so cool. It was so fun. And we did tarot. So this was my little tarot spread. I like drew it over here and then I answered all my questions. And then here is a little moon that I drew to represent the full moon. And then over here, I have another little painting from life. I love this one. This is probably one of my favorites in this sketchbook. I was visiting Momo at her work, and so I sat outside the work and I painted this little plant from life. They have these all over Florida, and they're so pretty. And I really like how it came out. And then over here, since she works in a tea shop, I went ahead and kind of drew a little girl with some hot tea, inhaling the scent of the nice aromas of the tea. So I drew that while I was hanging out with her. And then I also made this cute little collage. So I took some stuff from the store and like collaged it so that I knew where I had been. And then over here, I did another little collage with a photo of us in matching swimsuits. This was intentional, not accidental, but I had a lot of matching swimsuits throughout this trip, as well as some little leaves that I found outside. And it says, "Love you more," which I think is so cute. I love this little spread. I love combining collage with scrapbooking, with sketching. Like your sketchbook doesn't have to be this strict place that's only for drawing or only for beautiful finished pieces or only for just your sketching. Like, be free in your sketchbook. Do what you want to do. Collage in it, scrapbook in it, doodle in it, do tarot spreads in it. Like, it doesn't all, there will always be another sketchbook. Don't worry about wasting pages. You can just get another sketchbook afterwards or make another sketchbook afterwards. So over here, I have this kind of gold girl. There's definitely a lot of gold sparkle on her with these earrings and these stars in the background. And I think she came out super, super cute. And then over here, I just have like a lavender kind of field, more watercolor pencil sketching with some like white gel pen for the highlights. I think it came out cute. And then some rainbow pencil sketching. I love rainbow pencil sketching. So this is a short-haired girl just kind of in water. Don't know why she's there. She's just there, and there's the forest, and she's got pointy ears, so I think she's a mermaid or a nymph or something. And then this is using the rainbow pencil on some colored paper. So I thought it was really cool with like how bright white the highlights are on her, but the rainbow pencil didn't show up quite as well as I would like, but that's okay. It was a fun experiment. This next page is another little collage with some Polaroids of some things that I went on a walk during the time that Momo was at work, and I took some photos and of like some trees and stuff, collaged those in there, and then Momo gave me one of her flowers from home, and I was able to stick that in there and press that on there, and one of them came off over onto the other baby. Oh, that's so cute. Look at the little flower. Anyway, so over here we have a little mermaid. Y'all know I love drawing mermaids, so I just had to draw a little mermaid with some cute little earrings. She's just a little green merm. More Taylor Swift stuff, obviously. This is from our art day. We just kind of hung out and made art, and so I made this. It says Karma is a God, and I picked this very Taylor Swift looking-esque photo, and I put a sunflower leaf on it from some sunflowers on Momo's table. And then more little collages, a little picture of Momo at work, and it says Adventures with the Bestie, as well as like Momo's business card and one of her little stickers. Because I was like, I need stuff to stick on this page, so she brought me things. Then I have a super cute, sassy little kind of pinup vibe girl inspired by, we were taking hot girl photos on the beach. So I was inspired by one of the photos that I took, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's try drawing this kind of pose. And I think it came out pretty cute, and I like it. And yeah, so she's taking hot girl photos on the beach too, because everyone should embrace their inner hot girl. And then over here, I started drawing a skull from this like skull. I don't remember what it was, but it was something Momo had that had a skull on it. And I really kind of messed up the proportions, like, but whatever. And then I drew all these roses next to it. And then I put like a little like pressed flower that I found, like almost like on where the ear of the skull would be. And I think it came out really cool. I love the idea, like I said, of combining collage and drawing. And I think this was a really cool effect, even though the skull itself is not the most skillfully drawn. I think it came out pretty cool. And I used a combination of rainbow pencil, watercolor, and then obviously like the rose and things like that. More Taylor Swift inspired artwork. This is a double spread, and it has this girl blowing out smoke, and it's a lavender haze inspired piece, and you cannot read it at all because it's written in rainbow pencil. You probably can barely even see it if you can, but it says, I just want to stay in that lavender haze. Probably should have written that in something else, but it is what it is. Oh, this is one of my other favorite spreads. So I found this cool fern, and then I put a bunch of paint on it, and I used it to make this impression over on the other side. And then I used like a bunch of paint here, and I literally closed the book while it was wet and squished it together to get the paint on the other side. So that's how they're almost like a transfer of each other, and I think it came out really cool. And then around it I just painted all of these other like leaves and plant life kind of shapes, and I think overall the whole spread came out really interesting, and it really shows like how in like the different ways that you can incorporate natural textures into your artwork, and like stamping with leaves with watercolor is actually really fun, and I would encourage you to try it if you haven't. So the next page in here, we have another little floral sketch. This one was done with colored pencil, like tritone colored pencil, watercolor pencil, and I think also maybe some watercolors, maybe just watercolor pencil. I think there's some watercolor in here. And it's just these kind of like tulip-like flowers. They're not tulips because I think tulips have a lot less petals, but and I like the red and green color scheme. I've been really into kind of like orangey reds and greens recently. So, and then here is another little collage. So I took a photo of us sketching, so you actually can see the sketchbook in the photo, so it's like sketchbookception. And then I stuck in these cute little flowers again. There's just so much like flowers and plants and stuff stuck in here. And I sketched the flowers themselves above it. So this is kind of what they looked like before they got all pressed and dead. But I love also doing that, sticking in plant life and having a sketch of the plant life next to it. So I went ahead and kind of adjusted that pose from earlier. Oh my God, I missed a page. Guys, we missed a page. Hold on, we got to jump back. We missed this page, which is one of my favorite pages because I love how this girl came out. Again, I was really into drawing girls on the beach, and I feel like her hair and face was like slightly inspired by Nancy from Love is Blind. But I just have this cute girly sitting on the beach and just enjoying her life. She's got a big old sun hat on. I think it came out super cute. And then this little sketch is just kind of this girl turned away from us with some clouds in the background. She's got a lot of curly pink hair. So, all right, let's jump back to where we were. So this was inspired by this pose, but done in a slightly different way. I wanted her like reaching down and all these plants kind of coming out. So she's kind of like a poison ivy type vibe girl. Some kind of like plant witch or something like that. And then over here, she's kind of stiff looking, but she's wearing like a fancy dress. So I guess there's that. Maybe she has a corset on and it's keeping her back really, really straight. But just a little like orange sketch with some more tritones. Oh, that's my best friend. So we took these super cute photos. So I stuck these photos in with some little like circles and like shapes that I painted on the background. And then we had this super cute photo where I was kissing her on the nose. So I sketched it on the right side of the page. Another thing that I love doing, taking Polaroids and then sketching the Polaroids and having them next to each other. I just think it's a super cute effect. I do all my Polaroids through an Instax printer, so I can take them on my phone and then I can print them out on the printer later, so I don't have to carry around like one of the Instax cameras. So if you're interested in doing the whole Polaroids thing, I would definitely recommend getting one of those Instax printers. They're honestly awesome. They just connect to your phone, and I love mine so much. While we were there, Momo actually bought one of her own, and she loves it too. So, and then moving over here, we have this elf girl. She has butterfly or fairy wing earrings rather, and then this cool like head tiara. I don't know what to call that, circlet. So I imagine she's some kind of princess or queen. And then we have more Taylor Swift artwork because Midnight's just came out and I'm listening to it a lot, so you're just gonna have to forgive me. And these are plain sketches on the way home, so we're getting right to the end of the sketchbook now. But this is just a girl curled up by herself, and it says, "You're on your own, kid, you always have been," which is a line from a song. And I think this one came out really cute. I wrote the stuff in gold, and the song really hits me, so it was kind of an emotional piece. And then this is the last page. It says, "Goodbye, Florida." I have a Polaroid of a photo that I took from the plane back with the plane wing, and look at the freaking clouds in that photo. Like, they're unreal. And I just painted the background blue. And then on the back, I do have this little like folder, pocket, that's the word I'm looking for. I have this little pocket that I made so that I could like throw things in there throughout the trip, but there's nothing in there now. So that is my whole sketchbook. I filled this whole thing up in about a week back in early November, and I'm really, really proud of that. It was a goal that I set for myself. I felt like it was obtainable because it was a smaller sketchbook. The pages themselves are smaller, and 48 pages, I felt like I can do this if I really focus. And I also make sure to allow myself to scrapbook and journal and do other things because I wanted this to be a contained memory of the whole trip. And now I do. I have this beautiful little sketchbook that is just my memories of one trip, and I love that. It just feels very, very special. So that is my Florida sketchbook. I hope that you enjoyed this sketchbook tour and that it gave you some inspiration and ideas for your newest sketchbook. If you've ever completed a sketchbook in a week or just done one sketchbook for a whole trip, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about your experience. And thanks so much for watching, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, guys.